Hey guys, Mike here with Discount Forklift. Right behind me is going to be your 5,500-pound octane diesel forklift outfitted with pneumatic tires. This actually is what you call a boxcar special. So you actually seen on what the model number is, you'll say BCS, which is what that stands for. All it means is that instead of the counterbalance sticking out farther, it's actually going to be vertically and actually higher up. So that way, if you happen to go in tight spaces, trucks, all that fun stuff, you guys won't have a problem with that. Pneumatic tires here, as you can see, shined up. They look pretty good. Got some good tread depth for you. So if you're going through mud, snow, loose gravel, all that fun stuff, this is actually be better for you. It's octane, as we said before, with your capacity. 5.5 is going to stand for 5,500-pound capacity with the name Nikki. Couple things here. So your controls, right? So this inside lever is going to raise the mast, lower it down. Your middle function is going to do the tilt function forward or backwards. And this is a side shift function, which will allow the forks to move left or right about 7 inches. You do have your light switch here. So if I actually rotate this forward, if the lift was on, you'd actually see those pop up. So when I'm driving around, I'll pop the lights on so you guys can see that. You do have your mast here. The service here, Jeremiah did a wonderful job inspecting your lift, making sure that it meets all our standards, which also means it meets your guys' standards. Your mast is going to be a 3-stage, counted here. It's going to go up to about 15 feet, roughly, a little bit more than that. It has a full free lift here, which allows these safety painted forks to raise up past the mast first, as opposed to having the mast actually raise up the forks themselves. So that way, if you're going inside semi-trailers or anything tight, you're not going to be making a sunroof in somebody's trailer, and they're going to appreciate that. Now, as far as this side's concerned, this is your emergency brake. To deactivate it, all you're going to do is press it forward. To activate it, you're just going to pull it back to the rear. You do have your horn, which works. You have your throttle position here, so if I push this forward, it's going to engage it to go forward. Neutral is going to be stationary, left alone, and reverse is obviously to the rear. Now, you have your seat belt here, which we have a nice brand new seat, obviously, since it's a brand new lift. You got some spotting mirrors here. You have some strobes. You've got some good lights on the back. So very safe here. Because it is diesel, you guys are going to have your tank over here on this side where you're going to fill it up, and it actually tells you obviously diesel. So that's always something for people operating to be mindful of. Right before I get this thing fired up, I want to show you guys what we include. We have this bag here that we include with you guys. It has this manual here, forklift maintenance guide. So it has everything from electrics to internal combustion engines, whether it's liquid propane, gasoline, diesel, you name it. It has different logs here, so anybody operating this lift, they can actually schedule things, they can write it down, so you guys have a good beat on things with what's going on with your lift and who's operating it. We're also including a free hat. It says Octane, suitable for this. Pretty good, pretty comfortable, especially because this is a flex fit. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. This is going to be back here. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump in this and show you guys what it does. Now if this protection was not on the seat, I'd buckle it up just like a seat belt, and that's the way you should do it. So I'm going to go and fire this up. Starts up no problem. It's going to read through its checks. You're going to see that it's in neutral. Go ahead and turn these lights on, so pop them on. If I rotate one click back, it's going to keep at least the emergency strobes on, but I'll keep these on for right now. Now I'm just going to take it for a spin. Brakes work really good, as they should. No issues there. Now if I'm turning this thing, you can actually feel the grip of the tires on the floor pretty well. Go in reverse. No issues with that. Very, very, very smooth. All right. Go ahead and turn these lights off. Nice backup alarm too, let everybody know that you are backing up and everybody to be mindful of what you're doing. All right. Last but not least is going to be the mast functions here. So I'm going to line this up to my camera guy. I'm going to put the emergency brake on so we're not moving anywhere, and I'm going to raise this up to the top. Obviously, giving it more gas is going to make it actually go a lot faster, build those pressure lines in the hydro system. Right there is about 15 feet. Lower this down. Okay, now I tilt function, so I tilt it backwards, tilt it forwards. All right, now your side shift. All right, I'm gonna lower this down all the way. So this, all right, last but not least, last thing I gotta show you guys is going to be your data tag. Now, data tag is important for a bunch of reasons. The main reason is because you know it's your forklift. It's got the make, model, serial number. It's got the recommended specs, capacity, all that fun stuff as far as where you're raising it up. All the way to 15 feet, 6 inches roughly, or what the max capacity would be at 6 inches off the ground. It'll tell you all that information. But other than that, Steve, you guys are gonna love this lift. It's one of our favorite ones, especially because it is kind of a limited edition. We typically never make them in a black color. They're usually always in an orange color. This is kind of more of a specialty thing, so you guys definitely did a good job picking this one out. But thanks for doing business with us so we can support businesses like you guys. We greatly appreciate it.